Yeah, well, I want to start by saying thank you to you guys, the organizing committee. Thank you so much. You did so much work for us. I really, really appreciate it. And I think what I've taken away from this weekend, mostly, or 4 days, is the connections and the authenticity of those connections and the really deep sharing, the real talks that we've had, the way our professors shared, but the way we've shared individually with each other too. It's been really, really impactful for me, and also just the type of people that are been brought together in this room, like really, really good human beings who want to make a difference in the world, and that is extremely inspiring to me to know that, you know, with all the crap going on in the world and all the things that are so disheartening every day that we're reading about, that there's this amazing group of people, every one of you in here, who want to go out and make a difference. And yeah, I feel like I learned from all of you, and I think going forward, I just want to make more connections.
So I would say connectivity is the thing I am grabbing out of this time together. When last year completed, I had wanted what we have this year. I was looking for that connectivity because I'm very relational. And so I was a little sad, if I'm going to be honest, I was a little sad at the end of last year because that takes time. And so I'm so grateful that time allowed for that connectivity to develop. So I would definitely say that. As far as professional openness, just being open to change and open to whatever is going forward. I tend to just insulate, and so I really want to be more open to the possibilities of what I might need to do next. So.
I'll say that I'm really grateful that we actually did this with the other cohort across the hallway. I think it made me reflect on where I was a year ago and where we are today, to the point that they're looking to us for advice. But I also feel like it says a lot to the future of this program. And so I don't know, I just really enjoyed the interaction with all of you, but also with them, because, you know, I see it kind of as a full circle moment. Looking ahead, I really want to be intentional about this year because I realize how quickly year one went. And so I want to be intentional with connections, with just engaging in all of the offerings and content and really being purposeful with this coming year.
So when I think about what I'm taking away, I think about the bits and pieces of all of you I'm going to take home. You know, like today I was at a table and Stacy was sharing a struggle she was having, and that's the bit of her I'll take home, which is her honesty and her openness. And when Lorena asked me, why are you being so quiet, it was because I was marveling at how incredibly compassionate she was when she responded to Stacy. And once again, I got a chance to see how amazingly kind Mac is. And so those are my takeaways, the bits and pieces of you I take home, and my commitment is to try and have those bits stay with me. And I'm grateful for all of you because all of you are like the persons I aspire to be. And so I'm grateful. Thank you.
Well, the takeaway is how appreciative I am of this course, because Tasana and I were talking about this before about how it's something that's structured and something that I could do, and it sort of grounds me when I have like chaos in my life. And so I'm so glad I was able to make it here and see all of you. And so my takeaway is just that, you know, I'm so lucky that I have this cohort, this experience. And then next year, you know, it's about connectivity. I do learn so much from you, and I feel there's still some of you that I have not been able to connect with, and so I want to be able to continue to do that because we've got one more year, and so we have classes and breakout sessions.
So I was actually just going to read, but instead I'll try to talk. So this is a place. So my takeaway is like, this is the place. This is the place. It's a place, and it's also a decentralized place because we all come from so many places and have gotten to know each other actually outside of here. And so my takeaway is this is the only place for me where I feel like I can bring my whole self across my heart, my mind, my spirit, the way in which I learn, and what I apply to my profession. And it's the only place in my life where I can do that. So I have immense gratitude for that, and I want to take that forward into my work, in that I want to bring my whole, I'll never be able to duplicate this in my work, but I must bring my whole self to whatever I do in the future, having spent decades of my life since I was a child compartmentalizing and parceling the ways in which I interact with so many different people for so many different reasons. I need to bring it all together. And you all help me.
My takeaway from this experience is that we are so in need of each other and so in need of the connections we build, that we have to foster these connections beyond next year and forever. And one thing for next year, I want to definitely get to know more of you on some more personal levels that I got to know a lot of you already, but we're such a big cohort, so I want to make sure that I'm reaching out to you to chat and text and bug you and call you and vent.
Awesome.
I think my takeaway is that I'm not a social person. Like, I'm not that person that's been engaging a lot on WhatsApp or like reaching out. But the fact that I came into this space and felt like I didn't need my name tag because people did know me, that was just affirming to me. And the fact that in return, I feel like I knew y'all as well. So it's very affirming. I think looking forward, I have a lot of professional decisions to make this next year, which also are going to turn into personal decisions. But for while I'm where I am, I'm going to fight against the complacency that is driving me nuts in my current job with our social emotional well-being of the students that I serve and the staff that I serve.
I think that right now I'm feeling immense gratitude, and it's so timely that we had a conversation about college admissions earlier this morning, and I think the piece that people don't always realize is there's also a luck component, right? So everyone here, we all earned our spot, but there's also a little bit of luck, right? So we all are incredibly, you can say blessed, lucky, whatever you want to say. There are lots of people that wish they could be sitting in this room right now and they don't have that opportunity. So I'm just extremely grateful to have this opportunity. I'm grateful to be in community with each of you. I am, very introverted. So being social is not my strength. Yes. But, my goal going to the next year is to really, do a better job and be more proactive about connecting with each of you, because I know that that's an area that I could definitely improve in.
Okay, so what I'm taking this year is all of your generosity and all of your reassurance to me that I deserve to be here, the position I'm in, the happiness, the joy that you guys, just making the announcements, you all cheered, and I'm taking that with me, because one thing that I'm going to be more intentional this coming year is standing more in my light and with full conviction and confidence that I am where I am supposed to be, because there are no coincidences. And I come from a grandmother who was a weaver, so I'm all thumbs, so I'm not crafty, but I'm a weaver in ways to connect my personal, professional, academic life. And I just want to share that you all being in this room with you are helping me see my school's vision or mission statement, which is to engage students, educators, families, and community in creating a school that will prepare our students to grow from early childhood to adulthood and begin strengthening communities by developing strong leaders who are academically prepared, secure in their identities, and are healthy. So that's my school mission statement, and that's what I'm taking with me.
I love quotes. There was a quote yesterday Alexis Redding shared with us from Harvard clinical psychologist Dr. Perry, that he said, 1940s, 1970s at some point in one of his studies, but he said, when someone asked him how he listens to students' problems all day, he said, I don't listen to problems, I listen to courage in action. And I feel like that's what this room is, it's courage in action. So it really resonated with me, and I guess my goal is to go and see that when I'm back in my work as well, to be courageous and to listen to the courage.
This is leadership in action, especially the organizing committee that made this possible. I mean, I can't say enough how thankful I am to be here and how grateful I am. Just so much love for this and what we're doing, and as much as we think this is transformative now, and I really think we'll look back on this 5 and 10 years and realize just how. We're not sure. I think a lot of us are not sure how yet. We're in that process. So going forward, my goal for next year is just to have the best time. Just to enjoy the little Zoom sessions and just soak it all up.
Yeah.
You know, just really enjoy it.
For everyone who helped plan, but this weekend has exceeded my expectations, wildest expectations, and I'm really just grateful to be a part of this community. You're all really good people, and I actually only wish that there was more time so that I could have more individual, it's hard to have that many individual conversations. I want to give props to Amanda, who led the yoga session yesterday. I actually really enjoyed that, and it was such a lovely way to start the day. And so thank you all, and committed to, I don't know if this is professional, I want to be braver and more fearless. So I'll just leave it at that.